right, just gonna let the shaders do their thing. Whenever you log in, let me know if you're all fixed up. I just got a message, so please. What's going on, guys? It's Chev, and welcome to Warzone Season 4 Reloaded. There's a whole, like, blog post and patch notes and stuff like that. I can go over those, but the biggest thing for me in particular, and a good amount of other players, we dealt with a problem for a very, very long time. Whenever we would go and unlock a whole bunch of things on older Call of Duties and then come over to Warzone, Warzone would not track them properly. It would say that they were unlocked, but they would still be locked. I ended up getting in contact with some people over at Raven and stuff asking about this, and they finally narrowed it down to the fact that once you go over to Warzone, and if you're somebody that unlocked a whole bunch of stuff on the previous games and then went over onto Warzone, you would end up actually breaking the item limit of your account. So what would happen is if you were to go and buy anything into the store, for example, when it was already full, it would actually start taking away camos that you unlock, because obviously they had to prioritize the thing that they spent money on. That makes a whole lot of sense. I'd rather it work that way anyway, but I'd rather it just not have like a cap at all. But apparently, since they are adding the zombies camos into this update, and also since they were aware of it, that a few people have broken that item limit, this is supposedly supposed to fix everything going on with my account. So it's the moment of truth. I'm actually nervous as fuck. Okay, legacy ghost pack. All right, yeah, don't care about those. All right, well, we already got a lot of new symbols. Okay, let's take a look at the Nikita. Gunsmith, customize, camo. Oh shit! Atomic's working. They also added the zombies camos now. So I should have all of the camos over on this KG, for example. Boom. Atomic. Oh shit! Yes! And then we can go look over at zombies camos. Boom. Oh my. They also ended up nerfing the Marco. Oh man, the Marco looks weird. Oh my, I finally can get rid of this notification. Holy sh! It's over! I beat the game! I'm done. It's over. All right, cool. It got updated. It got fixed. Great. I don't know how much gameplay is going to be in this video, but all I know is my shit is fixed. So hold on. I'm going to read the patch notes. Hold on. Wait a minute. I noticed one thing as well. Let me look at this PTRS really quick, because this PTRS was like super bugged at one point. Okay, yeah, all the camos work on it. What else was it? Yeah, some of these things are still locked. Okay, so, I mean, my camos are good, but there's something up with my PTRS where I can't use lengthened for some reason, or armor piercing, or whatever this is supposed to be. Now, that's making me worry that there could potentially be other things that have this problem. Now, I mean, it's just attachments, and I don't really use the PTRS, and it's not like I absolutely need lengthened. I know a lot of LMGs were broken. The UGM, I mean, I'm pretty sure I had everything unlocked on here. Yeah, that's fine. That's good. That's good. That's good. This is still locked. I have a few attachments that are still locked. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, realistically, because, I mean, if it was something that I would really use, like if this was Sleep Reflector or the 3 to 6 or something like that, then it would be a much bigger issue. But, so we've come across a couple things that are still locked, but camos are fine. Oh, I am so happy. I'm sure I'll come across more and more things that could be broken, but, so the Nikita actually got a buff here. I guess I'll use that. Also, they buffed the 3 line. Let's look at the patch notes really quick. Hold on. Call of Duty Season 4 Reloaded. Titanium Trials Endurance. Yeah, so I ended up seeing the challenges on here. I guess we'll get to them, but I'm probably not gonna do these. It's requiring you to have to play with a squad, and I literally don't want to. I know that I'm usually like trying to unlock every single camo and shit, but if it requires me to actually play squads on Warzone, that is literally like the worst thing that I could possibly think of. I can't stand playing quads. Honestly, I can't even stand watching quads. Every time I go and click onto a Warzone stream, if it's not solos, it like bothers me. Like I wish more people would just play solo. Bunch of challenges here. We get a bunch of calling cards. Yeah, so apparently this calling card is like, as you're unlocking all these challenges, it'll get all the way to like this crazy looking one that eventually is like moving and shit. Ultra Liquid Metal Vanguard Camo animated. So it is animated. When unlocked, this camo will appear in the event category. Okay, so I mean, it literally looks like, I assume, every other camo. I assume this is probably clear. Maybe it's not clear though. Maybe it adds like a matte black on the background and then it just has like the liquid movement. I want to know what happens if you have a very colorful blueprint and then put this on top of it. Does it keep the color of the blueprint and then the waves are over top of all that color? Because I think that would look really cool. Or would it just replace all of it with like this gray, like steel background? It's cool though. I'm glad they're adding, you know, animated camos, like actual earnable, animated, good, not dog shit camos. If you get 20 wins in Titanium Trials, you end up getting this Ultra Terminator card. There's also a Skynet camo that is also unlocked whenever you win 20 times. Well, on top of unlocking that, you would unlock this at the same time. Oh man, it's probably so cool though. It's a shame that this isn't more animated or something, but I mean, it's still really cool. It's still an ultra camo, I guess, is what they're calling it anyway, but it doesn't have animated or anything on there. It'd be cool if it like glowed or shimmered or something like that. Maybe like kind of like sparked out of energy for a moment and then lights back up or some shit. Rebirth of the Dead, that sounds pretty fun, but I really don't feel like playing Rebirth. First, there were Iron Trials. Now inspired by the rise of the machines in the near future, it's time for all operators to gear up for Titanium Trials in Caldera. 152 players on Caldera in a game mode variant of Battle Royale. Instead of 300 hit points, it's now 400 hit points in total. And it's more about armor and not your actual core HP. You get over 300 HP in armor and only 100 core health instead of 150. So it's literally about like all armor. Portable redeploy balloon, that's going to be really cool. It apparently doesn't fly as high or as far as the regular balloon, so we'll see how good and useful it is. Also has half the HP of a redeploy balloon. Shorter launch distance, will despawn automatically after a short amount of time. So anyone that puts down a radar jammer is not really doing it in a very tactical way. They just put it down. Obviously it affects intel and it seems tactical, but literally as soon as you find one, there's really no reason to walk around anywhere else, and you just hope people walk in there. Updated most weapons and added new ones into the Resurgence respawn and respawn loadouts. Armored SUV, nitrous boost, don't care. They're apparently gonna do some sort of change to Serpentine. I think instead of 20% damage reduction, it's 15%. Thermite got buffed, but likely because of like the HP change, and the Thermite's just catching back up. We got the new weapon, Vargo S. Zombie camos from Vanguard. There are redacted weapons. These weapons not only include a 10 attachment setup, but also contain an exclusive redacted gun perk. The weapon perk is a combination of some of the more desirable gun perks: Fleet, Steady, Perfectionist, Vital, Hardscope, Brace, Spotter, Awareness, Wreck, Mechanic, Fast Melee, and On Hand. Needless to say, a redacted weapon is extremely dangerous and highly sought after piece of loot. So they're actually adding weapons into the game that now have properties that regular loadout weapons can't even get. That's interesting. Obviously could end up being too strong in some scenarios, but again, you're not picking the loadout, so I actually kind of like that. They have like a recommended section, I guess, for new players or something, since there's over 200 weapons now. All right, so buffs and nerfs, the juicy shit. So Bar caught a nerf for a bunch of recoil stuff. STG caught a nerf. Nerfed the shit out of the 9mm Cooper. Okay, wow. That's like, that is huge. That is the biggest jump I've seen. I mean, maybe you'll just have to build the Cooper a bit differently. Maybe it'll still be okay. I don't know. Assault Rifle Bravo, Vanguard, I don't remember the name. Could they please just put the fucking name there? I'm losing my mind. And Z gets nerfed again, like I assumed. They gave a buff to the Nikita, gave a bit of a nerf to the KG. Okay, well, I literally did the KG yesterday, and now they just nerfed it, so. Might still be good, though, since the NZ got hit again and shit, so. AMAX, they actually buffed the AMAX. Now, a lot of people are hyped about them buffing Modern Warfare weapons. Minimum damage increase by 4, which will change to TTK, I think. Minimum damage increase to 28, up from 24. That should speed up the TTK for the AMAX. So that's a buff for the Kilo. There's a buff for the Farah for its range. But see, here's the thing. They're giving buffs to the Cold War and Modern Warfare weapons, but they're not giant buffs. There's nothing huge. There's always just giant changes to all the Vanguard ones still. The Krig gets a buff. The M13 gets a little buff. The Volk gets a little bit of a buff. Magazine upgrade. Damage penalty removed. Okay, just a bunch of changes to this Volk. We'll have to see what's good in here. Holy shit. But you don't even need to use this, the 9-inch RMK barrel. You could just use the other one. Marco also got hit. That's sad, man. I actually love the Marco. Occasional damage multipliers have been removed on the Perfecto Lesto. The UGR, yeah, I don't touch this thing at all. They gave it a small little buff here. Maximum damage range, mid damage range, all up. Maximum damage increase to 39, up from 38. I don't know if this helps the TTK or anything like that. I actually don't even know if the TTK is bad or not, but I mean, Cold War weapon. Submachine gun Delta. What the fuck is that? The Uzi. Uzi's minimum damage has been increased. Neck locational damage multiplier has been increased by a good amount. Used to be 1.01, now it's 1.42. That's a decent jump. And submachine gun Alpha for Cold War. Cold War MP5 got a little buff. Max damage range increased to 10 meters, up from 7.6. Following shotguns, max pellet damage has been increased by 26%. VOK Rogue. The VOK Rogue isn't even bad right now, and they just gave it a buff. So anyone that's using and abusing that shit, they're gonna have fun with that. Shotgun Bravo for Cold War increased 25, up from 24. Gracie Auto, just damage buffs. I mean, they literally give a buff to multiple shotguns. Ooh, sniper changes. ADS transition time decreased to 405 milliseconds, down from 430. ADS transition out time decreased to 380, down from 390. So actually a handling buff for the Kar 98. I mean, the thing is, it's still not one-shot headshot after a certain distance with this Kar 98, even if they do buff it. So it virtually doesn't really make a difference. Sure, you can give us faster ADS, but it won't matter if we get a hit marker. And 3-line rifle buff, this is what I was seeing before. Max damage decreased. That's fine. That's only if you're like hitting them in the body and shit. It's just so you don't cheese just body shots. For torso damage multiplier increase, lower torso multiplier increase. Okay, so we basically make that damage back anyway, even with the max damage hit, because we get this little multiplier back. Lower extremities damage multipliers also increase. So they changed the way that the damage works on here. You can still achieve around this damage, I assume, if you hit them in the upper torso still. It just makes it so you can't shoot them in the feet for it, I guess. Medium telescopic sight, type 99, 10x, and then also the 5x. I don't even know if you can equip these, or are they talking about the default sway? Because the idle sway was the 3-line's worst enemy. It was terrible. They also buffed the PTRS, the Gorenko anti-tank rifle. ADS transition time. They gave it more ADS speed. That's really nice, actually. That's big, because this can one-shot headshot, and it can be cheesy. Not a lot of people use this, though. Marksman rifles M1 Grand. I don't really know what that means. I don't use a crossbow that much, but I know that some people are using the crossbow recently, because it is just one shot. You hit them with the bolt, and then the explosion will just kill them. Bolt breaks armor. I think if they have EOD, they survive, but that's a buff for the crossbow. The Whitley's getting some changes here. I don't really use it, though. I don't even know shit about the Whitley, so some of these increase, decrease, all this shit. I mean, I don't even know which ones are the most popular attachments. Handgun Echo. Wait, this is the Desert Eagle. Wait, they gave a fat buff to the Desert Eagle. What the fuck? Wait a minute. I used to, hey, if you go back and watch some early Modern Warfare videos, I used to use this shit a lot, and I was popping the fuck off when I was getting this shit like Obsidian and everything as well. Desert Eagle is fucking awesome. Rat gets a little bit of a buff in the mid-range. Fun fact, the recoil booster was previously only boosting horizontal recoil. Okay, so now recoil booster gets a little bit of a nerf then. Only 1.5% though. So it basically goes from 0 to 1.5, so we're probably gonna feel it a bit more, but it should be fine considering. Oh no, actually they're changing the underbarrel too. It's 2%, so it's probably not too bad, but I was gonna say, with horizontal recoil, everybody is just using Strife angled and then just pulling down on every single gun. Bayonet move speed increased, and okay, whatever. Can't tell, is this a Carver buff or nerf? Am I stupid? I wanna try to use the default scope on this 3-line because this is the one that had the most issues, and I don't mind the, you know, the scope. I don't really like running around with sniper rifles with like a 3-6 or whatever. I don't like those other things. I always like the default scope. I have a couple things that are still helping with stability, but we'll see if I'm gonna need it or not. I'm still using leather grip and silent focus. If it doesn't seem like it's moving that much, I could maybe switch them up in the pregame and see. I'm not sure what else I would actually use though. Maybe fabric. All right, so here's the camo that absolutely nobody wanted to unlock. Here's a Dark Aether. Looks beautiful. Not so beautiful on the nerfed Marco, but you know. I was hoping that it would look a little bit different in Warzone, but it doesn't really seem that different. Although, the lighting on Caldera has changed immensely. You know how every other gun in the game can steady itself doing that? Look at this. What is that? They said they helped with the sway. No, they didn't. Why is this thing hit so bad in the sway department? What is going on? You guys have to see like an actual stat discrepancy here, right? Can we please change the 3-line sway to a regular sway? What the fuck are we doing here? What did the 3-line do? What are you afraid of? Got the newly buffed Volk. Oh, I'm getting some stutters. Audio seems a lot better. I'm gonna go kill this guy over here. I want my, oh, gotta get my loadout. Never mind. Be able to grab my loadout in time and then get to that guy. All right. This is a very slow loadout. I feel like I got no money. He's just running for his fucking life. so that guy stayed over there. I'm gonna re-grab this bounty. Look at this fucking coward. I want him dead. I don't care. I want him dead. I'll chase him the whole fucking game. I do not care. So fucking dead here, it's insane. I'm dead here. Yeah, they just held me out. I mean, the 3-line is so fucking terrible. It says that they helped with the sway, but they didn't do anything. Why are they running so bad? Somebody just grab something here. So now I have to use a ground loot, recently nerfed NZ. Somebody just called it an airstrike over here on this guy. Why do I have my fit? What the fuck? I picked up armor and it swapped to my hands? I'm done, man. I'm done. GG. Whatever. I got my cam.